What is up, awesome ladies and motherfucking gentlemen?
Take it down. This is more of a chill.
I'm up, but we're going to go down. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Bad Kid Cast. I am your host, Killer Keemstar, and I'm here with...
Herder Blade. I don't kill you, but I will hurt you. With my awesomeness. Welcome to the cast, guys. We're growing. We are doing the rebuilding thing. So definitely rate this 5 stars. You will not regret it.
Okay, listen. If you're old enough to remember rate 5 stars, prove it by hitting the like button right now. If you are not old enough to remember the whole rate 5 stars on YouTube, favor the video right now. And if you are in category 1 or category 2, leave a comment letting us know how big your vagina is or penis. Moving on. What is the point of this show?
The point of the show is to give you an audio podcast. So if you're like, let's say you're having, you have some time to kill. You're going to be doing, let's say you're playing some zombies. Let's say you are doing something where you just are, you have an hour to kill. Put us on. I don't care if we're in the background. I don't care if we're not the main focus. We're not IMAX here. But just let us...
I love gaming and then listening to a podcast in the background. And hopefully you can do the same thing and we can entertain you while you game.
Let's get right into it. I have a question for you.
What is the question?
If money was no object, what would you do?
If money was no object, what would I do?
Yes. If you basically had an unlimited amount of money.
Oh, okay.
And money was... It was never an issue of, oh my God, this waterfall costs $40,000. I can't buy it. What would you do? Where would you stay? Where would you go? What would you do?
I mean...
Just let your imagination run wild.
This is a personal thing. Mm-hmm. This is a personal thing.
Okay.
But I don't really think other people are interested in what other people would do with the money. I think that's more of a personal dream that we all possess.
No, and this is where I'm going to disagree with you, and the reason why I even asked the question. I understand what you're saying. I don't necessarily want to hear another person's dreams of, fantasies of what they would do if money was not an object, if that was not
But the real question isn't about, being rich. It's just, if you could be God, what would you do?
No, I'm not asking if you could be God. You still don't have, superpowers. I'm not saying if you're Superman.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying if the financial part, which is, buying stuff and that kind of stuff, if you don't have to worry about that, if your health is good and you
literally I have unlimited amounts of money.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's easy. The first thing I would do, and this is no bullshit,
okay,
right, is I would give a bunch of money. Because I have an unlimited amount.
Yeah.
I'll never go broke.
Yeah.
I'd give a bunch of money to really, really poor people.
Okay.
All around the world, all right? So that the fucking rich people are like, what the fuck? And I would see how long it would take for those poor people to become poor again.
Oh, the countdown? The countdown to when you're going to be broke again?
It would be okay, so I know someone's like, God damn it, I thought Keemstar was a good guy, and then he hit me with that.
No, I want to see if you're going to go broke again.
No, because it would be a social... Basically, if you were to
take... a social experience.
Yes, but this is exactly what would happen, right? Let's say you take a couple people from the projects, right? Mm-hmm. And a couple millionaires, right?
Okay.
And you figure out how much money they all have together, right? The millionaires, that together they have $100 million. Okay. The poor people, together they have maybe $2,000, all right? So pull both the monies together, divide it in half, kick everybody out of their house, get rid of everybody's cars, split up the money equally, the $10 million, to each individual person in the group, and then find out where they're at a year from now. And I guarantee the rich people will have made a profit.
Yeah.
Be fucking rich, and the poor people will be like, I got this house, but I can't pay the electric.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's so true, though. You know what? In society, in the history of time, there's been a couple of what I call resets. I.e., a plague will come through, and it'll pretty much be okay, that's done, let's start over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In our time, The same
modern time.
In our modern time, we have basically been building for so many years that we haven't had a civilization reset in a long time.
Okay, so I'm glad you said that.
Okay.
I'm glad you said that because I agree with that 100%, and I've thought long and hard about that very thing. What in our society is nature trying to do to clean up? And I thought being gay. I thought, that our species is creating gay people, right?
Okay.
To lower down the population. Because there has to be something there has to be disease, there has to be something that comes in and wipes out all the, people that shouldn't be reproducing.
Thank you for taking the time to explain that. And it's not it's not a gay bashing thing. It's that you're basically saying that gay people can't reproduce, so it's almost so it's like population control.
Yeah, it's almost like if you look at any species, once it starts bulking up, disease will set in and other things will set in. And I wonder, because we, us humans, we've been able to, have modern medicine and all this stuff to make us more healthy. The species
Just
itself,
the human species,
the human species is reflecting and freaking out, wow, there's too many people. Oh my God, you just walked into a Walmart with 700 people. There's too many people. Something has to change. It's freaking out. So what it does is it starts making people that don't have an interest to reproduce.
Yep, that's crazy. That's a crazy idea.
That's something that I've always thought of. Same thing with the Catholic Church. It's a long theory, and my theory, and I came up with this, I don't know, probably in high school.
Okay.
I came up with this theory that the Catholic priest the Catholic religion is a secret society throughout years of gay people.
Okay.
Gay guys, because they're not attracted to women.
Yeah.
So what are they going to do? What is your options at that point? Work and die all by yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I
so
mean?
You don't carry on your seed. You don't continue your, I don't want to say legacy.
I'm saying there was gay people in 1492.
Yeah.
All right, the Columbus sailed the ocean blue. So I picked that date. Well, there was a priest in 1492. Why did he become a priest? Because he loved God? Because he was obsessed with religion? Maybe. There's obviously going to be some of those. But for the most part, it is the perfect way for a gay person back then to go in, and same thing, they have nuns, right?
Yeah.
It's the perfect place for them to go in. You know what I mean? It's like a secret society.
Is lesbianic nun allowed, or is it no sex for nuns? What's the rule?
Well, the thing is the public thinks that that doesn't go on, but it's like a secret society, and they control the masses with the whole God thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have you ever seen I know it's going to sound odd, but the Justin Timberlake movie In Time?
Yes.
Okay. What that got me thinking of, because basically it's a situation where your life, the length of your life, is dependent on how much time you have. So currency has become time. So you see people going to work, and then on their wrists they have a number. So all these poor people are literally living, some of them are living where they only have a day left to live, and they really need, almost like a junkie needs, to re-up on their time from other things.
Yeah.
And then, as you go into different zip codes, there's the really, really rich people that literally have all the time in the world.
Yeah.
And they don't share the same areas. They're in different necks of the woods. That's another interesting thing, man. For whatever reason, wealthy people do not want to be around poor people.
No.
They don't. They would.
But why would you? Because usually wealthy people have somewhat of intelligence, and it's almost common language that you're a product of your environment. So why would you surround yourself with something that's considered to wealthy people as a failure? Most wealthy people, because they value money. That's why they're wealthy.
That's true. I don't know. I mean, but then also at the same time, you got people that have really, really good jobs, and they have to go into the city and they have to pass by a bum. So you get this really awkward dude in a suit doing well, walking past a bum. And I'm not talking about the bumps in the corner with signs. I'm talking about bums that look defeated, that are that with their back up against the wall, but they're sitting on the ground.
Okay, they gotta walk past them, but what's the point?
I don't know. Like, when you walk past a bum, like, you feel awkward, or
I feel like fucking. I want to spit on them.
why would you want to spit on them though?
Because okay, so listen, bums, for the most part, are fucking straight up losers. I mean, these people, instead of going out and getting a job, all right, they have some crack addiction or they have some freaking alcohol addiction. Something's up with them where they need drugs, right?
Yeah.
So they came up with a system to come and like beg for food. They don't need food. They don't need food. There's like fucking. There is so many different places to get free food. It's ridiculous. There's all kinds of like banquets set up, all kinds of stuff. Like literally, some of our tax dollars goes to that exact thing. Like you can call them up and say, "Look, I can't afford to get food," and they give you food stamps.
You know what? I saw
That's available to everyone. So how does it make sense that there's a fucking bum on the street begging for food? He doesn't want food. That's just common sense. This dude's fucking running a scam. You know, they actually uncovered bums in New York City that would fucking work like an 8-hour shift on the fucking street in dirty clothes.
As a bum, yeah.
Dirty clothes, dirt on them and everything. Then they go over to their car and fucking wash up with fucking baby wipes, get into a fucking Hyundai and put on a suit and go out. They were showing that fucking these bums were making $120,000 a year, like the ones that were really good in certain spots.
I saw this thing on like what is that, CNN? It's called like Locked Up, whatever, like Locked Up, Folsom, Locked Up, whatever prison that they're going to be filming at. And they were talking to this one dude, and he wasn't like a violent killer or anything, but he was in there for like the rest of his life. And he was talking to me, just like, to be honest, he said when he referred to it as out there, you know, out in like the real world, outside of prison, he was like, to be honest, I don't really have any like stresses in here. I don't have to worry about making the mortgage payment. I don't have to worry about, you know, anything. I know that my food's taken care of and I can do whatever I want in here, but I just can't leave this facility. So in a way, it's more stress-free in prison than it is out in the real world.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. If you think about it, like, and also he said, he's like,
you get 3 meals a day, fucking someone takes care of you, you don't do shit.
Yeah. And another thing that he said, he was just like, there's some people that are in prison, but they're not in a prison. They're not like locked up with the Department of Corrections in like a state prison, but
like in their mind.
But in their minds they're in prison, or just in
their minds they're not in prison.
In their minds they're not in prison, but like, you know, the day-to-day goings, they're pretty much forced into a regimen, because if they go outside the regimen, then parts of their life would fall off. So they're forced into this regimen. They're so focused on the getting up, going to work, doing work, probably being underappreciated there, coming back to wife and kids, taking care of the kids, and they don't have any time when they can just say, you know what, I want to fucking drive to Tennessee. You know what I mean? Like, they literally can't do that. So in a way, there's lots of people that are in a mental prison of their day-to-day lives. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily have to be
I didn't know where you were going at first. I thought you were saying that the people in the prison, you know, make up their own world and they're no longer in prison.
I mean, you can go that route too, but I went the other route. I'm talking about people that are outside of being locked up or whatever.
Yo, I gotta hand it off to one of our fucking viewers. I don't know who you are. I'm sorry. You know, I seen the comment. I was like, what? Really? 2 podcasts ago, I was talking about this crazy light that I seen in the sky. You know, I was like probably 12. Me and my younger brother, we're on snowmobiles. It's the middle of night. We're up on top of a hill. We see this like upward purple lightning shit, and we're trying to figure out what it is, right? This dude, and I was talking about it, right? This dude put in the comments of that video, he said it's called a sprite. And sometimes...
A sprite?
Yeah, sprite.
Sorry for interrupting you. I just didn't... Okay.
And sometimes they shoot from metal poles on the ground, all right, up through the clouds, okay? Most sprites shoot above the clouds into space.
Okay.
All right? Well, every once in a while they shoot from fucking like, and this shit is rare. It was caught for the first time on camera in 2010.
That's crazy.
The thing that I saw the first time ever caught on camera, 2010. But yeah, it was a Sprite, and they come in different colors. They're red, they're blue, and it's just weird combination where there's something going on in the cloud, right? Like fucking whatever it is, and it's just like the weird combination that rarely happens, and it makes it right for lightning to literally go backwards and be crazy different colors. And that's when I saw it as a kid, and I couldn't explain it, and now I can.
That's awesome.
And you know why you can't? Podcast.
Because of the podcast, but also because more and more things are being recorded.
Oh my God, there are cameras everywhere.
There's cameras everywhere. And I know that a lot of people are trying to hold on to this whole, like, they call it like the Freedom of Privacy Act or whatever. But, like, honestly, if everything could just be recorded, like, if for, like, 95% of everything could just be, you know, every light pole, there's a camera up there, just records what's happening on the street or whatever, I would like that better just because of crazy situations that happen in life.
Well, YouTube would be like fucking. YouTube would invest all the money in that shit.
I'm serious though. Like, oh, you know, I had a crazy idea. So El Presidor on Twitter during the Boston bombings and during the time when he
changed his avatar to the Boston bomber.
That's just him being fucked.
Yeah,
up.
I was like, what the fuck? Anyhow, God.
Anyways, he's fucked up 100% of the time, though, so I can't really be mad at him.
Oh, I'm not mad at him. I was just like, what the fuck? Someone else is going to be mad.
Oh, yeah. But he did a thing. He's like, I want to look up the address of where this like shootout took place, right? Okay. And I want to look on Google Maps and see what's going on, right? And, you know, of course, me and some other people are like, you know, those are like 2 years behind or whatever. Like, you know, like Google Maps stuff's like 2 years behind. Is it a live feed or is it just pictures like every day or something?
I don't know.
If it's okay, under the impression, I could be wrong, but if it's a live feed, but it's just like, you know, backtrack like 2 years, it'd be interesting in 2 years to be like, okay, let's go back and let's see what happened. Like in 2 years from now, we're like, you know, a couple months prior, we're like, okay, let's see, was this, you know, April 1st? Okay, that's April 1st. Now we're fucking synchronized. Let's watch what fucking actually happened during like the shootout. I love shootouts, bro. Like, I love movie shootouts. Like, you've seen the movie Heat, right?
Oh, well, that's like the best movie ever for a shootout. That's pretty much the best shootout scene ever.
That is an amazing shootout scene.
You have fucking Al Pacino and fucking Robert De Niro. I said his name fucked up.
It's Al Pacino.
Al Pacino. What'd I call him? Cucino?
I think he called it like cappuccino or some shit like that.
We had fucking cappuccino and coffee battling it out in between a fucking, was it a junkyard?
No, it was a, they did have a part in a junkyard. I'm talking about when they actually robbed the bank, though.
Oh, okay.
The actual robbing the bank.
All I remember in that movie, and it's an amazing movie, and I should remember more, but I remember that he had a fucking wife or a girlfriend, a young girlfriend, and I remember the last scene where he, you know, where that goes down. I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, of course.
Because most of you young people have never seen the movie Heat with Robert De Niro and Al Cappuccino.
Al Pacino and Robert De Niro those two are like the actors for our generation. Those are the two actors. There's some amazing actors that have come along, but those two dudes are like the fucking go-to guys for me.
Those are like the mafia type of basically, if you're black or white trash, those are the actors.
Fuck off. Well, okay, we'll do it like this. So, but pretty much, you got Al Pacino, and he's played a lot of gangster roles, but he played one of the best gangster roles of all time.
Can you believe? Oh, he did. Can you believe that Al Pacino is? I'm still saying his fucking name wrong. Jesus Christ. Al Pacino. I'm saying it right now.
And I told you what you're about to say.
He is playing the role of Liberace.
What?
Yes. There's a fucking movie coming out called Liberace, and he plays the gay guy.
You know who he's also playing the role for? Joe Paterno. They're doing a movie about Joe Paterno's life. You know Joe Paterno, right?
The coach.
Yeah, the coach of Penn State.
Yeah.
No, but he's an amazing actor, always will be, and De Niro is awesome. But when you have two awesome actors like that, you have to have a movie.
Dude, we were talking about something. We completely went off fucking core, dude.
That happens.
You were like right into it too, and I can't remember what it was. And then we started talking about Heat. The analogy was the movie Heat, and you said you like shootouts, and there was something else that.
I just said I wasn't making a point. I was just saying that I love movie shootouts. I love bank robberies. Like there's some amazing bank robbery movies.
I remembered it. We were talking about the fucking Boston bombings with El Presidor's thing.
Yeah.
And you never explained the thing that El Presidor did with the Google Maps.
So, no, El Presidor said, I want to look in Google Maps to see if I can see what's going on. And my idea was that we would, we'd keep the backlog of it and just watch it, maybe a year later on. That was what I was trying to say.
Oh, okay.
So, bam.
The other thing that I would like to talk about is the Boston bombings. I don't understand it. Now, I don't know the exact number. I wish I had my fucking laptop here so I could just Google something. We need live internet to search up stuff during this thing if we need to.
Well, next podcast we'll bring our laptop and we'll do that in case there's any kind of information we want to quickly look up.
Because what I want to know is, I think more people died in Texas with the cow shit explosion. Fertilizer plant.
I think more people died in the Batman movie fucking shootouts
than the Boston bombings. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And not saying that the Boston bombings wasn't horrific, and not saying the people that lost, or whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
4 people died in the Boston bombings. Altogether, 3 people from the actual bombing and 1 police officer or MIT security guard, whatever. Mm-hmm. All right, so 4 people altogether died during this incident, right?
Yeah.
I swear to God, there's like 15 people that died in this other thing that happened in Texas, and they're not reporting it.
Because the thing in Texas, as far as I know, wasn't like an attack. It was a fucking mishap, fucking with fertilizer. Like fertilizer is highly flammable or flamboyant or.
Okay, so how do you justify that?
Well, I just did.
How do you justify being a news station and giving more attention to the guy that bombed us to this horrible accident that happened?
I mean, I hate to downgrade death or whatever, but like an accident that happened in Texas was that. It was an accident. There wasn't any foul play.
Okay, so exactly. This is my point.
Okay.
All right. Imagine a movie about the fertilizer thing blowing up, people die. Now imagine a movie of these terrorists and they're planting these bombs and they're trying to get away with it.
The terrorist movie I'd be more interested in.
Exactly.
So that's why the news is reporting on it.
You know what? Me too.
Yeah.
And that is exactly why the news is reporting on it. They don't care about getting us the news anymore. It's clearly entertainment. And I know someone's going to be like, well, duh, we know that. But no, look at it. Like, really look at it. It's so blatantly disgusting. I want news. I like NPR. I like AP. I like even Russia Today. Yeah. Like, we want fucking news. I'm so sick of this shit. They're turning... Remember when MTV used to have fucking music videos?
Yeah, yeah.
And then they were like, you know what? Let's get a bunch of pregnant fucking teenagers in here and make a show.
Yeah.
Like that's what all TV is doing now. It's so TV
well, whenever
is
you
dead.
Whenever you monetize,
Fuck
I'm
TV.
sorry, but like whenever you monetize something, there's always the period of being monetized, but also doing what you do. But now with TV and how big of an industry it is, that it's so focused on entertainment that if you don't show the gore, if you don't talk about the fucking senator sending dick pics, like if you don't run the stories that people want to be entertained by, even though it's ridiculous, then you lose. The other news stations
yeah, but
will
the problem with that is that we're literally making people stupid.
Yeah, I mean the vessel for news is so weird. It's so ass backwards.
We're literally making people stupid by this type of fucking entertainment taking over everything.
You know what opened my eyes to that, and I know this is stupid because this is like a fictional thing, is the show Newsroom.
Yeah.
Newsroom opened my eyes to it because I always thought the news was kind of corny. Like, I always thought like the local news was kind of corny.
Because Dan Rather.
Dan Rather?
Dan Rather was like this old-time news anchor.
Talking about for NBC?
CBS.
CBS.
And literally, it's not really anything to do with Dan Rather, but it was just like the time period, like early 80s, or I mean like late 80s, early 90s. Like the guy would get on the news and he'd be like, this happened today, this happened today, this happened today, that's it. You know what the news is today?
What?
fucking, this happened today. How do you think about that? What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah.
And then,
tweet at us.
Oh, I have a different... No. I mean, they're not saying this to the audience.
Yeah.
They'll have guests on and they'll ask them questions. They do fucking podcasts, pretty much. They're doing what we do.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the Boston bombings? And then they'll get someone else over here that disagrees with you, and then you'll sit there and argue so we can watch two pit bulls and a fucking pin.
Yeah.
That's not news, you fuck faces. I hate it. I can't stand it.
I mean, the news should be presenting what happened, and then you interpret it.
Even Anderson Cooper is like throwing his fucking... He's supposed to be the professional guy over at CNN.
Yeah.
All he does is throw opinions everywhere. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but he's a fag,
You're a
bro.
goddamn news anchor. Just give me the news. You don't fucking sit here and tell me what you think or what your opinion... That's why I do Drama Alert. I try to keep all opinions out of it. Just what happened today.
I know, and when you do Drama Alert, you actually... If you have a story that pertains to you, you will present it as if you're not DJ Keemstar and you're talking about DJ Keemstar. You'll do it in the third person, and it's crazy. Like, it's not crazy, but like I understand why you do it, because you want to be impartial. You don't ever want to do a story on something and people think that you have a motive behind it.
Yo, I did a story once talking negative about myself. I can't remember what it was. But I was literally like, Keemstar completely blew up and did this. You know what I mean? Like, I fucking literally did that. And people are like shocked. They're like, oh my God, he outed himself.
Yeah. You take that shit like you actually do treat that shit like a journalist. Like, you do. I mean, like, you may not have the qualification of a journalist, but you'll get down to it, and you won't just like take someone's tweet and just run with it. But you'll like look into it, you know?
Dude, the most favorite thing, because you know I got that little bit of a troll in me. My favorite thing in the world was to release that fucking April Fool's Drama Alert. That was so much fun.
What was the April Fool's one?
Because I literally just made up a bunch of shit about
bullshit,
everyone.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Elgato on the back of the scuff controller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, Elgato, where are you? Send me my goddamn fucking capture card.
That's professional.
I don't care. You're taking too long. I'll tell people to use it if you send it to me. But if you make me wait another week, I'm going to get a fucking hot pog and fucking hump it.
The hot pog.
Yo, they got a new HD PVR, which is pretty much the same thing.
What do you mean it's new? What?
They got a HD PVR 2.
Okay.
And it uses the, what, HDMI?
Here's what I think they should have. They need to have now, and the whatchamacallit, the Elgato is small enough, but I want an internal laptop PVR. You know how money that would be for all these people that are traveling, doing stuff like that. If you can just plug something into your Xbox and just hit record, that would be awesome without having an external hard drive.
I know, but that's just like a very
small market. Yeah. We will be right back.
Jack. Hey, we're going to run a commercial right now because we're money whoring. Enjoy. And ladies and gentlemen, we's a back.
We be back in here.
We all up in the hood and it's all feeling good. Take it away. What were you talking about? Something about water?
I like water. Like, I like drinking water. I like bodies of water.
You're a fucking human. Like, you're a species. All species need water. Of course you love water. Have you ever noticed that, like, if you're having a bad day, you can jump in the shower, be surrounded by water, and feel great? And the water all around you opens up your brain, and you start thinking and being really creative and inventing stuff within the shower. Happens to me all the time. Go ahead. What were you talking about?
I totally agree. I feel like I like water more than the average person, though.
Is it because when we were in the womb, we were surrounded by water, and it's like our comfort zone when we're developing so much stuff, like being born and being turned into a human, that once we get in that same fetal position in nice, warm, surrounded water, that our brains decides to create more?
When do you get in the fetal position in water now?
In my hot tub?
Okay. This motherfucker. Okay. So one thing I do have to say about this guy, Keem, okay? He's the only dude that whenever he says something, no matter how ridiculous it is, he comes through on it. So, like, but a lot of times, I to this day, I still think, yeah, right. This dude's like, Bro, I got my fucking TV. I got you have a big screen. You put it set up in your garage where your hot tub is. So you can sit in the hot tub and watch the news on some Scarface type shit. It's fucking, I mean, it's awesome. That's awesome. And when he told me that, I was like, sure, whatever. And then I came over here to do the podcast, and it is. It's that.
Well, the thing is like, you know, how long are you really in a hot tub for? I have a hot tub. I use it pretty much, I'd say, 5 days out of the week. And I'm in it for about 20 minutes.
Yeah. Anything after that, you're kind of like, okay, we've done the hot tub thing. Let's get out.
Yeah. So when I go in the hot tub, I got to do a couple stretches and stuff like that because that's where I do. It's way better to do your stretches like in a hot tub or a sauna than it is to do it out in the cold. You know.
Yeah.
So when I get in, I turn on the news. I watch. If you watch the news cycle in like 20 minutes, you pretty much get everything there is to get. You know, and then I get out. So it's like, as opposed to watching the news in the living room, I'm now watching it in the hot tub.
You know what's interesting? You are interested in, like, when you have TV going, you have the news going, okay?
Yeah.
When I have TV going, and it's not like a show that I DVR'd or whatever, the thing that I like to have going on is sports. It's sports news, like Sports Center and shit like that. Mm-hmm. And you like sports, but you don't watch Sports Center to, like, know what's currently going on in the NBA. Right?
It's this weird thing, okay? And I don't know if you're going to be like, well, how does that translate? But, you know, I feel like I did the sports thing. Like, I'm not really a fan of sports. You know what I mean? I'm not a diehard fan of athletes and what team's going to win because I watched other people play sports growing up, you know, waiting for my turn to get on to play basketball. And I've watched people play football, waiting for my turn to get into the next game or whatever it is. You know what I mean? I've done that. I've seen other people play sports. It is not fun. Playing the sport is amazing. For me, with sports, playing the sport is like the fucking greatest thing in the world, and then watching the sport is like way down here.
I understand that. I didn't think I was going to follow you. But I understand that. If it's a sport that I actually enjoy playing, I think it's so good that it translates down to I like watching it. Certain sports.
Like, I love playing basketball. I could play basketball all day.
Yep.
I don't have a team that I watch. I don't have a team that I root for. And the only basketball that I ever see done professionally is in a YouTube video when somebody does something crazy. Okay. And that's it.
Do you think that if you had a team, if there was the Buffalo...
Well, here's the other thing. Okay, so I live in Buffalo. I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. But what do you consider a fan? Like, literally, I can go through the whole season and miss 3 games. No problem.
Okay. I mean, there's different levels of
but most fans would be like, most legit fans of any sport is like, how do you not watch a game? Like,
I'm a Sonics fan, but I'm not waiting out in the cold for a ticket.
You know what I mean? Well, I got Buffalo Bills season passes this year.
Yeah.
You know, does that make me a super fan? I didn't even want to go to half the games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'll fucking if you call me up right now and you're like, "Yo, we're playing fucking tag football or tackle football," I'm playing. I'm fucking playing.
But okay, when is the and see from what I know because I'm like from what I know about the sports, there's the Sabres, which is NHL, which I don't particularly care for hockey. Sue me, whatever.
Oh, hockey is so much fun to play, dude.
Well, hockey's fun to play, and actually going to a hockey game is fun as fuck. Like, I don't know why with the setting. The hockey game is fun to go to. As far as
fun as fuck.
It's fun to go to, but it's not something I really want to watch on TV. But the electricity in a city when your sports team is doing good is unreal.
I love that. There's a big sense of community.
Yeah.
But I always found that weird that, you know, society put someone that likes sports is automatic a sports fan, and I've never fit that bill.
Yeah.
And I think most sports fans like look at me like, what?
Remember back when we were kids, or this happens now when you want to play a pickup game, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm a basketball fan, but when I watch a pickup game when I'm waiting to go in next, I'm always like I'm looking to see what people are doing, but at the same time I'm like I fucking hate it though.
Yeah.
Don't you hate it? I hate it. I hate waiting to play ball and watching people on there because it's like I would have done something different. I just want to play. I just want to get out there.
Dude, I just realized that everything I just talked about translated exactly to like the MLG stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Look at how many people play it, but no one wants to watch someone else play.
That's the one thing that I've said about like the competitive thing. If you're a competitive player or if you're in a competitive atmosphere, I totally get. Sometimes when I play pub matches and there's people on the other team or whatever that are good, and it's just like, I got people on my team that are good, let's see who can win. That's just intense. The competitive nature is
I'm telling you, though, it's changing because they're making it more entertaining.
I don't think you can make it more entertaining. I think you can present it.
No.
They're really good at presenting, but I don't think you can like make it more entertaining. You know, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, dude, they're making it fucking so awesome now. Have you actually watched? If you watched COD Championships, you would be so amazed at how it went down. Like,
no, I did watch it, and it was intense. The final match was intense. Partly because I'm a search and destroy player, and I knew the situations where it's like, okay, he has to go defuse the bomb, and dude knows he has to defuse the bomb, so we pretty much got to this point where he had to start defusing. If he didn't, then he was going to lose the team, and then the dude came up and shot him. It's just like, that's an intense moment, and it was like for however many dollars. It was
okay,
awesome.
but listen, if they, you know how they have like fucking 5 matches or something,
Yeah.
and the best of a 5 or some shit, and some are like best of a 7. Dude, what they need to do is they need to do like best out of 3.
Yeah.
Just get it real low as you possibly can go. And then like
it's intense.
Yeah, and then like the final match should be like best out of 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this whole best out of 6 stuff, I understand the whole logic behind it. Like, okay, the more games we play, the way better results we're gonna have of who's the better team.
You know, I would like to see in the MLG circuit, for Call of Duty, free for all. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, if you were to take, like, you look at Optic, you look at Fear, you look at all these different teams, right?
Would that be really fair to like a sniper or something?
What do you mean?
Well, a sniper could be just like in a corner, popping everyone, going after each other with SMG. That's setting.
There's way, like, if you were to play a free for all match against really really good players, you're not going to put on a sniper. You're going to put on. All I'm saying is this: why can't maybe at the end of every tournament, one player from each team, we pick 8 teams, go in, like, I don't know, maybe Scumpy's the best free for all player on Optic. I don't know, but maybe
Scumpy.
Optic Scumpy.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like, what if they were to have, like, I find free for all is interesting. That'd be an interesting, like, one match type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, teamwork's great and everything like that, but like if you could have one player from Optic and one player from Ferrarco and one player
And do a free for all. I think that would be awesome. That would be really entertaining. You're saying like fucking straight up, like, I get the whole 2 wrestlers, I get the whole tag team thing, but I want a Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
You know, free
for all is a Royal Rumble.
Give me a goddamn Royal Rumble. So that's what I'm saying.
So why can't they have one representative from each team of the top 8 teams go in and play a free for all? It could be after the main event. It doesn't matter. Like, I just want to see that.
They could do 4 of them, go through each player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then just, you know what I mean?
Well, the reason why I say that is because you couldn't have each player playing. Like, you couldn't have teammates playing.
What I'm saying is you have 4 different rackets, right?
Yeah.
4 different rackets, right? And you have them all play from all different teams, right? Bam. Now you're down to 2 rackets. You have them all play. All right? Even teammates could have made it to that final round.
Yeah.
So then the more people... Think about how amazing this game is. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Think about it. Let's say 3 of your teammates get through the fucking thing, and the other team has like 2, and then there's just one random guy, right? That's going to be a weird fucking thing going down because how do you play it, you know?
Exactly.
Oh my god, that would be so exciting.
Yeah.
I want a patent. Pay me now. Oh my god.
You see how that shit just went down? Oh, I came up with that shit, and Keem Rand was like, "Pay me."
Yeah, but here's the thing.
I told you amazing ideas in your life.
I know, but here's the problem with Blade, right? Blade will have a good idea like that, right? Mm-hmm. Blade have said, "Why don't they do a free for all? Why don't they?" And you know, I was like, "Yeah, why don't they do a Royal Rumble?" I actually looked to the future. Blade was just thinking, I want to see a free for it. He didn't see like how you could set it up in rounds like that, and you could have multiple teammates going against maybe 1 or 2 teammates, and how crazy that would be, that last final match. He didn't go the depth.
Come on, dude.
You
I
didn't
still have
do
the idea,
multiple...
though.
Yeah, but you didn't do the multiplication.
That's not at all what. See, I don't agree with you. I still think that my main idea is still there. Free for all in a competitive atmosphere. I think it'd be fun for the fans to see. Just like how you said, it's sorry for touching you there. Just like, I don't like that. I don't like when people. I talk with my hands.
I know. I'm saying it's an audio cast, so it's like
okay for you people that can't see, which is every one of you. I was talking with my hands, and I accidentally touched Keem on like the shoulder with my pinky. And I was like, oh, my bad. Sorry about that, bro. I don't like that. Do you ever sit on a couch? Okay, people out there, have you ever sit on a couch and, like, kind of eagle spread your arms, and then you end up touching another dude's arm on the other side? You both kind of like, whoa, back up. Like, that ever happened? One time, I was wearing sandals, and my buddy was wearing sandals, and my sandal was off, and he walked outside from having a cigarette, and our toes scissored. Our toes scissored for like half a second. We were both fucking weirded out.
I started laughing before he said it because he was like doing the hand motions of the scissor, and
it was just awkward. I'm not like some people are like, why do you get so offended if you get I'm like, I don't like to be touched. Like,
dude, I want to see free for all.
I
want to see free for all with 4 rounds represented from each. I'm setting it up because you know what? We don't need the MLG.
True.
We can literally just contact these teams and we can do this shit.
You and I want to shoutcast the fucking.
Fuck yeah!
All right, I'm down. Would you in the comments below? Would you be interested in Keem and I shoutcasting like a free for all, like
Yeah.
But I got a question though, because I'm not familiar with the competitive scene enough and the people that are in it enough. Would they be down to be in that? Because if you ask commentators to do that, they don't want to do it because they're afraid that they're gonna like not do well and people are gonna say.
Oh no, they'll do it. They'll all do it because we'll fucking figure out a prize or something, and then we'll. I mean, we might not even have to figure out a prize, but we'll. You know, it's a big promotional thing.
Yeah,
it's something new.
I like it.
I think I could get people to do it. I just need to talk. I know enough teams.
What's going on with the Skype? Everyone's saying that the Skype is down.
Okay, so
I stopped using Skype, man.
I did a story today on Drama Alert about how like every major commentator's Skype has been hacked. I haven't been able to find the source, but this is just a good guess. Most likely, somebody figured out an exploit on Skype so they could take any Skype if they want it. All they need to know is the username, all right? What they did is they probably published an article on like hack forums or something like that. On how to do it. And it, you know, when a hack comes out, right, and it comes out public, all the commentators, all us YouTuber guys, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Because they go right for us because there's a lot of kids that watch us that are inspired to be hackers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There really is. There's tons of them. That's why we're always dealing with, things.
DDoSers and shit like
things
that.
Being taken away. It's not really that we're getting attacked by hackers. It's we're getting attacked by skids. If that makes any sense. They're script kiddies. That's what that means. But they're young people that are amateurs in hacking, and they're inspiring to be a hacker. So that's kind of what we deal with, and those are the same type of people that watch our show. Which I have no problem with any of y'all. So don't fuck with me.
Yeah. I never really get fucked with, except for if I live stream, then people try to DDoS me.
Well, they took your account, did they?
Oh, that was hilarious. Okay, so this was back in Modern Warfare 2 days, right? I was primarily on the PS2. I had an Xbox, but hardly ever got on it, right? So I get these messages. This is before I used Twitter. I get these messages, and it's a person saying, "Hey, we're gonna get your accounts. Just letting you know."
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, "Yeah, fucking right," or something like that, you know. And then I got a phone call, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And it's like, it's one of those like a blocked number or something like that. I pick it up, and it's some dude, and he's just saying, he's like, "Dude, we got your shit. We got your Xbox, bro. We got your fucking your Netflix. We got your email. We got your Facebook. We got your PayPal. We got all that stuff." And I was like, "No, you fucking don't. Fuck off. Don't call me." Right? Hung up. And I was curious. I was like, "Well, let me log onto the Xbox. Let me see."
Yeah.
Couldn't log onto the Xbox. Couldn't sign into my email. And I was like, okay, some guy got me. I'm gonna have to make some phone calls in the morning. He ended up calling back. He kept on calling back as I was fucking gaming on the PS3, which I was just fine on, right?
Yeah.
He kept on calling back and left all these voicemails, like ransom style, like he was had like a bounty or something. He's
If
like,
you want your shit back, you're gonna give me like $200.
no, this is what they wanted. This is what they wanted. They wanted dual commentaries, and they wanted a spot in my sub box until they reached 15,000 subs, and then once they got all those things, then I would get my accounts back. I told them to suck my dick and fuck off. Like, I was like, get the fuck out of here, you know?
Yeah.
And they were even, like, madder. Here's the funny thing, though. So, one kind of dick move they did is they went on Modern Warfare 2, signed into my account.
And shot
Bullets all over the place. That's all they did. They just ran around with, like, LMGs and just sprayed in the air. And also, since my name was up there, people were like, oh my god, what the fuck is Blade doing? What? This is crazy. And in the bio... First they deleted everyone on my friends list, but also in the bio of my Xbox thing, they put my phone number.
Oh.
So for 2 days straight, I was getting nothing but phone calls from people. They'd be like, Blade, is this really you? I'm like, yes. And they're like, and then a lot of people would call and be like, hey, I don't want to bother you, man, but just to let you know, someone on Xbox is playing on your account and putting this number out here, and that's why I'm calling. I'm like, thank you, I appreciate that. But in your mind, that doesn't say, well, you don't want me to be bugged, but you're bugging me to tell me that I'm getting bugged.
Yeah.
So, I ended up talking to the dude that hacked my account, and we pretty much just talked about, like, I was like, dude, I'm not giving you a thing. I'm going to end up getting the accounts back. Help me out. Fucking... Oh, and this is another thing they did. They went on my Twitter and shouted themselves out and said that they're like, we hacked Blade. Here's our YouTube channel. I think you're a fuck...
This is back when no one was even on Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. No one was on Twitter. My first, you know what? Have you ever wondered what your first tweet was?
I have no idea. Well, on this account, it was probably like, "Hey guys, this is my new Twitter."
Yeah. Dude, you have gone through that so many times, and I've never had to do that. Like, I'm like a one account person. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy? I think that I've fucking had to restart so many times that I'm almost addicted to restarting. Like, I love making a brand new channel.
I would hate that process.
I mean, I hate it, but at the same time, I love it because it's like an instant, like 2,000 or 3,000 subs, like in an hour. You know, when I make a new channel, and God, I love that.
You like the restart, and I don't. I dread the restart.
I don't ever want to restart ever again. I want to build this channel, fucking BadKidCast, up to 1 million. Yo, you guys got to spread the word. I think we're doing. The people that are telling me about your experiences here is that you're just loving it. So if that's how you're feeling, spread the word. Bring more people around. But I want to build this channel to its glory. 2 million subscribers. BadKidCast. I want to build, Killer Keemstar with my epic trolls. I want to get that up. Oh my God, the fucking fake nuke stuff. They got me on repeat on that one. They want me to just keep doing it. But
that's a tough thing when as a content creator, when you have if you have gold, okay, if you have something really good, people want you to repeat that, but you have to know that you're going to repeat it, but you're not going to like kill it.
Well, that's the problem. That's why I refuse to put them back to back. I've been like putting a couple different videos and then fake nuke because I don't want my identity to be, because I know the fake nuke is a brilliant troll. Yeah. All right, but it doesn't showcase the different things. It doesn't showcase my skills per se, because you know what I mean. I was smart enough to set this up and to get this audio and to do this the way I did. But it doesn't showcase any personal skill. You know what I mean? I'm relying on this audio clip. So you don't want to be. I
don't like relying on, because I do the, like, the only thing I use when I use people's reactions is when I do like the gun game reactions. Yeah. I don't. It's annoying to have to rely on someone else. It's not something you can create. It's something you can like poke and see. Like, you can light the fire, but you have to see if people like rage.
I hate the fact that I don't hate this, but I just wish they understood. I wish commentators really understood my struggle.
Commentators understand your struggle because they do the same thing trying to get gameplays.
No, it's not the same. I mean, think about this logically. All right, you go in.
Okay.
You go in and you play for a while and you try to get a good gameplay, right? You record it, you fucking talk over it, you do a commentary, and you upload it. Just like we're talking now. Pretty easy stuff, right?
Yeah.
When I'm going in and making a troll video, I'm fucking like searching and searching and searching for
We're doing the same thing.
for the best reaction.
And we're searching for the best game.
No, but you don't understand. You don't have to rely. You can sit back and just play the game. You can't just fucking like you don't have to go in there. Oh my God, there's no mics. Back out. Oh my God, there's no mics. Back out. Oh, there is mics. Oh wait, no one's talking. Connect mic.
I
This isn't gonna
hate
work.
that. I hate going into a lobby and there's 7 microphones on, but no one's talking. Why do you guys have your mic in?
You know what I mean? You don't have to do that. Okay, so then I go in and I get a reaction.
We do have to do that, by the way. We do have to find lobbies where we can shit on kids.
Not like me, dude. I'm telling you, it's hard. All right, so then.
Watch me play all fucking day to try to find a lobby where I get a good game.
Yeah, but you get to play the game. I don't even get to play the game. I would love to just go in and play the game, and if something happens, something happens.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? I need a fucking Elgato for that shit to work that way. Elgato. But anyhow,
That really is a good capture card. Like I don't want. It's not like this isn't a paid advertiser, but I did.
they need to pay us. You should spam them right now. Pay fucking BadKidCast. But anyhow, I can't really just fucking do that. And in the editing process, like what I mean?
the editing is annoying for that shit.
Yeah, I have to put up subtitles. Like to edit the video that I put up today, it took an hour. Like that's an hour of editing easily. And that's just putting in subtitles, what they're saying, and when they're saying it. And I'm telling you, these fucking.
Do you ever watch something like? Do you ever watch something that has subtitles? And be like, that must have been a bitch to put in.
Yeah, but. What's crazy is these motherfuckers that have like 1 million subscribers and stuff, these other so-called troll people, there's no content there, but the editing's amazing.
Yeah.
Like they're sitting there and they're putting all this different music and all these different screens. And,
I kind of,
hey, look, I knifed this guy.
That's kind of, that's going to be kind of a new thing, and I think I need to adopt that, where people put very soft music in the background, but it kind of gives a vibe to it. I want to do Sunday Chill commentaries with a vibe to it.
I need to hook up with an editor. Because I see people with 1 million subscribers that have no content, but they have good what's the best word for it? Showmanship,
yeah.
I guess. Like good presentation. Where I completely lack in presentation, but the comedy is there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The content is there. So no, I know.
I just wouldn't want to deal with the editor because I don't want to rely on someone else to do something.
Yo, we got a new graphics guy. He just did the graphics on this channel right now.
Bam.
Fucking awesome, dude. He just shit it out. And I don't necessarily like the background we have right here in the BadKidCast right now. But I don't hate it. I just want a different color or something.
Yeah.
Have you seen it yet?
I haven't seen it yet, no.
That's all right. But anyhow, that guy, that guy's fucking awesome. And he's going to be doing all my fucking tags and stuff.
Sweet.
For everything I need for Drummler and for the fucking Killer Keeps. Dude, I'm going to have some awesome fucking thumbnails. I can't wait.
I'm bad at thumbnails.
I make them in Paint, dude. I just fuck around. I don't know how to.
How
do these kids know all this shit?
Here's my problem with thumbnails, okay? I never think about the thumbnail until I start the upload. Then I'm like in a scramble to get a thumbnail done before the upload's done. Does that make sense?
Where do you make them?
I don't. Okay, this is what I do. If I want a thumbnail, this is what I do, okay? I go to Google. And,
yeah, me too.
And whatever the topic is or whatever is something pertaining to it.
Like if you talked about like trouts, like you'd fucking put in trout, find a picture of a trout, that would be the fucking background, and you probably go into Paint and put letters or something.
Well, here's the thing. I do that, but I don't exert myself enough to like open up Paint and edit it. I just screen cap it and then just put it up. People talk to me, they're like, your dimensions are off on your thumbnails. I'm like, I just screen cap that shit. I don't know. I know I should. People get on me all the time. They're like, you should fucking.
All you got to do is you got to hook up with a thumbnail guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just be like, look, this video is on this topic, and just you got to put yourself a day behind. Oh, the new fucking Call of Duty shit came out.
The Ghost.
Yep.
There's not really much information, but just it's called Call of Duty Ghost.
And it's by Infinity Ward.
Okay, so I've probably talked about this before. So, Infinity Ward was a company, right? And they made Call of Duty 2, they made Call of Duty 4, and they made Modern Warfare 2. Well, Call of Duty 4 hit, it was a fucking massive success, and they're supposed to get paid from it.
Did you say, what about Modern Warfare 3?
That's actually made by a company called Sledgehammer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So the original core, basically the company Infinity Ward, made these games, and Activision put them out there, you know. So, and they made, to the Call of Duty fans, are what a lot of us consider the best ones. You can argue which one's better or whatever, but like, it's always the first Call of Duty that you play that you love the most. It's Call of Duty 4 for me, and Modern Warfare 2, great games, right? Well, they were supposed to get paid, and they didn't. Big hoopla. Sued Activision, and now they're no longer with Activision. They're basically done, right? So they formed their own group, Respawn Entertainment. So it's the same people that made Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, but not under the Activision umbrella.
So who works at Infinity Ward?
Infinity Ward, they probably got some new people, but that Infinity Ward, what was left of them, and Sledgehammer worked together to make Modern Warfare 3. It's not the exact company though. It's not the same company that used
Modern
to
Warfare 3 was shit.
Horrible. Modern Warfare 3 was horrible. There were some couple things that progressed it a little bit, but it was bad. The community manager for Modern Warfare 3 either quit or got fired, 4 months into it. You know?
Can I say this?
Sure.
All right.
What am I going to say?
Why
no?
is Black Ops 1 and 2 a more appealing visually to the eye than fucking like the Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3?
Modern Warfare 2 was very visually appealing.
Well, I guess, yeah. But Modern Warfare 3 was just dark and gloomy. And I don't understand that. Like, okay, have you ever noticed...
Modern Warfare 3 is the equivalent to Halo Reach. You don't consider, if you're talking about Halo, you consider Halo Reach
right.
The one you made when your girlfriend was drunk, so it came out with like fetal alcohol syndrome.
But what I'm saying is, have you ever noticed, and this in COD, because I noticed it in Halo, and now I'm noticing it in COD, that when the maps come up and people vote for them, they vote for the ones that are sunny and bright.
Absolutely.
Every time.
I'd rather play that instead of a gloomy map.
Yeah, I don't understand why these developers keep on thinking we want to play in the fucking dark. Like,
Well, you ever notice that all the bright, colorful maps are always the DLC?
not always.
No, for the most part. This new map that came out, most of the shit's colorful.
Yeah.
Except for Magma. Hate that map. So, what I was saying...
But you don't like that because it's dark.
Yeah.
If Magna was really bright, I guarantee people would love it.
Yeah.
It's not a happy... Like, it's fucking dark and gloomy.
That's true. You know why? That's why I couldn't get into the Crysis games. Crysis was always in that fucking mode. World at War was in that mode. Like, it's a setting, I get it, and when you play it, you feel like you're in that setting, but I don't want to be in a fucking shitty setting.
That's why old Halo is good, alright? Old Halo was like these fucking bright neon fucking walls and geographical map types, you know?
Yeah. Geographical maps, yep.
And... What?
Sorry, I don't know.
I don't know.
But, let me finish what I was going to say, though. So, they got sued, and then the company moved over. It's called Respawn Entertainment. I want to go to E3 hella bad, bro.
Well, let's go.
Let's figure it out. Let's figure out how to go to E3.
Marco, give me my money and passes to E3, bitch. Yo, do you hear the story? What's going on with these motherfuckers?
You said it.
Screwed over a ton of people. I'm still waiting to talk. I'm gonna fucking.
Yeah, that's for another
fucking scumbags
for different audience. But at E3, Respawn Entertainment, formerly known as Infinity Ward, is going to release their first-person shooter. So what everyone's kind of thinking is that they're going to remake, like either Modern Warfare 2 or Call of Duty 4, but like a new version of it, but keep it at its core of what was awesome about those games. You know that the Call of Duty... This is funny. When they did interviews about Infinity Ward about competitive play, they're like, do you know that there's people that like form like LAN tournaments and like competitively play this game? And they all laughed about it. They're like, that's the most ridiculous shit ever. And that's not me. I have nothing against competitive play. But when the makers of the actual good Call of Duties were talking about it, when they said that people are starting to play this competitively, they're like, that's fucking laughable. Like, they laughed at it. They said that's ridiculous, you know? Like, imagine if you made a fun game that anybody could pick up and play, and then they said, you know, there's people that are taking this really serious and playing it. I'm like, really? Like, imagine throwing your like shit in a cup and then throwing it at the wall and seeing what sticks. And
well, I
like,
think that's kind of ridiculous because you consider, like, fucking the history of video games is basically to have the highest score and to be the best. So, you know what I mean?
That is true. Have you ever seen King of Kong?
I have, and we've talked about it many times because we love that documentary, and so everyone that we know has seen that too.
Okay. If you guys haven't seen it, watch it. I've talked about it a million times.
They've seen it. They've all seen it. It's like one of our masterpieces for gamers. You know, like they know about it. We know about it. King of Kong. If you don't know about it, then you know you're new.
You're new.
You're new.
That's become like an insult, though. Like, you know, obviously, like, one time this dude said, dude, your KD's hella shitty, or something like that. I'm like, and I go, what's KD? And it was like, oh my god, you're new.
You know, I just started playing Call of Duty, right?
Yeah.
And I actually just started getting, like, decent. I wouldn't say that I'm, like, amazing or anything, but, you know, decent. Like, I was fucking, holy shit, I'm getting positive KDs type of reactions. And, this one dude's like, you have the worst KD in the fucking world, ha ha ha. I'm like, bro, I fucking come on this game and troll people. Like, I don't even... And he's like, bro, I'm like, fuck you.
I like when I'm in gun game and I'm knifing people and they're like, you know you can't win, right? You're not doing anything good. You're killing your win-loss ratio. I'm like, I don't care. You're fucking getting stabbed and screaming in the mic, making me money. Fuck off. I love when people, like, harp on, like, noobs. And it's like, do you think that dude cares?
Anyhow, I went in there and I kicked this motherfucker's ass.
That's what's up. That's the greatest thing when you make a person quit.
I went 15-4.
There you go. Bam. There has to be new games coming out, though, man. There needs to be. I've hit the cycle on the Call of Duty right now. I need to play something else. I need to switch it up. And it always happens this time of year, you know?
Yeah.
It's summer. I can't wait for summer.
I wish I could, like, I want to play a fucking indie game, like a fucking straight up indie game. I can't wait. Oh my god, I got codes for a game off of Steam. I don't know. You're not a PC gamer. You don't have Steam.
I don't. I do have Steam. I have it, but I don't use it.
Yeah, I got codes for this game called Cario. It's like Mario, but it's not because it's Kairo.
Okay.
And it was I got it on my fucking what is it called, iPad, and I'm playing it and I love it and it's awesome and it's a puzzle solver and adventure all together. And I ended up just hitting up the developer on Twitter, and he just fucking gave me like 5 codes.
You know what's hilarious? You know, we should figure out a way to do that. I don't know. Top rated comment gets a code.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Top rated.
No. Let's do this. Put likes on the video. Fucking leave comments, and don't leave comments like, ooh, pick me, because you're not getting picked, you fucker. Just leave comments based on your opinions on what we've talked about, and I will randomly select a few people in the comments.
That's good. Random is good. Perfect. Yeah. You know what I love? I love how there are keywords that businesses use, right, on Twitter.
Yeah.
And what will happen is, like, it might be something like, this is what Hex did, right? Hex was just like, dude, I don't remember the company, let's say it's Comcast, right? They're like, my fucking Comcast service sucks. Like, it's shitty, I get DDoS, and my connection is not as good as it's supposed to be. And within, like, 3 minutes of him saying that, DirecTV added him saying, we'd be more than happy to let you know about our services that we offer. And there's so many, like, I've literally seen people complain about, they complain about, like, Burger King or something like that, and, like, or some, like, Mighty Taco, right? Someone complained about Mighty Taco, and Taco Bell added them, them and said, you know, we'd love for you to come in here and try a beef diarrhea or something.
Well, it's because that's the way the internet's changed, is that corporates, they've turned it into, like, this giant selling machine, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's, I don't know. And that goes back to our original point of what would you do with all this money? Mm-hmm. You know, poor people would stay poor and rich people would stay rich. The rich people
So
own the internet.
you would do it more from.
I can't even close it on that. That
No,
was
you
a
can't.
perfect one.
No, but you're basically saying with the money situation that it wouldn't even be about like the cool shit you'd buy. It would be more about you watching other people in a social experiment. That goes along the whole lines of you trying to say, if I could play God. Like when I said that question, you're like, so I get to play God? I'm like, no, you don't get to play God. You just have money to.
I'm
do your
DJ
thing.
Keemstar.
Blade.
Have a good one.